right. And I don't even like doing an intro. Everyone likes to. But, I mean, I think it's kind of cheesy. Ooh, welcome to this. Welcome. It's too radio-y. This is a podcast. Podcasts are a lot different from radio. Sorry.
And welcome to tonight's version of The Pirate Ship. Brought to you from the Colony.
That's right. You dick. Well, welcome to the studio. You like it? It's pretty cool, huh?
It is.
You know what? We don't even have to turn the lights on. I just noticed that.
Oh, you got more lights to turn on?
Huh? Yeah, well, so for the visual production, that's usually what we would do.
Right,
But
right.
Just doing something.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, you want the film noir, boudoir kind of
Yeah. Exactly.
ambiance.
Exactly.
That's when you capture, the great works.
Yeah. So, again, thanks for doing this, man. And so we met, when was it? A while back. That was in Mavericks, right?
Yeah, it was at Mavericks. It was probably last year, maybe springtime, I think.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Damn, time flies, dude.
Maybe summertime.
Summertime?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all I remember was telling you about this little stupid idea that I had. And I try to put everything together. I try to get these things and guests and all that, and it just falls to the wayside. So now I got some bullshit news, and I'm going to be interviewing you the entire time. Hope you don't mind.
I do appreciate your mouse. Is that an M5?
What's that?
Is that a gaming mouse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I have one of those.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. It was funny. I called someone earlier, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to do a show tonight?" He goes, "Yeah, it sounds great." I was like, "Cool. It's gonna be about you." He's like, No, I don't want to do that." And I just kind of, it was weird because for me, I've always been kind of a showman, and I've always I don't mind putting myself out there. Sometimes I do it way too much, but it's weird to see other people that just kind of don't. They get nervous. They get, it's kind of a strange. I don't understand it, and that's just me. So, do you get nervous? Do you not like putting yourself out there?
Of course.
Really?
I think everybody does.
Do you think it has to do with shame or something?
Backtrack real quick.
Okay.
Let's dive onto your question first.
Sure.
I'm sure you do get nervous too.
Before.
But yes, you said before because you're so used to yourself.
That's fair.
Now that when you see it in other people, you assume it.
Well, I've also learned to kind of be my own motivational guy. I've learned throughout the years that you can't rely on other people. I mean, as much as you try to rely on other people, either they might let you down, or it might not be the angle that you want to play, or whatever. And so ultimately, you only have yourself. And so what do you do with yourself?
So one thing on that you just sparked in me is when your expectation is so high of something.
Yeah. What's up, Ivan?
And it's like, well, I would really like this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This would mean so much to anything, to whatever you're in, whatever issues going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't happen. And you're
Right.
like, oh, crisis. Oh, no. But hey, what I've found in my years of mediocrity as far as experience goes, and it's like, okay, cool. I have that initial expectational thought of positivity and success and gratification, right?
Sure. So do you ever...
Immediately after, I'm like, well, what if that does not?
Right.
And then I see myself thinking into that realm of possibility, and it's like, well, whoa, yeah, what's the worst case scenarios? And it's like, at the end of it all, I'm like, okay, I've done best case, worst case. I'm okay with both.
Are you talking about disappointment?
No, I'm talking about pretty much everything in general.
Just everything in general.
Just like, it's a tool, it's a technique to approach any kind of scenario.
All right, so what would you say? So you said that it's a tool that you can use. If you could kind of funnel that down a little bit more as far as let's get to the nuts and bolts. I'm not saying it's a formula per se.
Is that an engineering term?
It might be, sure.
Or pun?
the the videos here, man. If you're going to break it down and try to make it formulaic, if that's the best word, how would you make a formula for disappointment? Would expectations be in there? Would you have to have expectations? I mean, to me, if you don't have expectations, what are you doing it? Why are you doing it in the first place?
Yeah, what are you betting against?
You're pretty much. That reminds me of like.
What are you betting for? What are you betting against?
I saw this chick on Facebook, and she was like on these whatever kind of drugs. I'm guessing bath salts. And she was just sitting there, just running around and doing whatever they put the "Staying Alive" song just to kind of make fun of it.
That's a good song.
But that's what I thought. Like, fuck, that might just like if someone didn't have any expectations, they didn't really have an awareness. That's what they would be like. That's probably the reason why drugs are so fucked up.
Have you ever seen the movie Nell?
Nell, yes.
Liam Neeson.
Yes.
It's a very insightful, beautiful, beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And that shows that. It's that innocence. It's that naivety that we all have.
Sure.
Deep down that we hate, that we want to...
It's also that the language...
Pretend that we don't have.
The language part was really cool. Like how do you communicate with somebody and you don't understand the right words. You don't understand the right tools, if you will, to someone that doesn't understand what a hammer is, but yet you can sit there and start like mimicking and miming.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can teach by showing.
Right.
Talking... And that's about it.
So, I mean, that's when I started doing stand-up. That is really when I started learning those concepts. As far as it's not really the writing's got to be good, and I have to be on my game with the writing. But it's when you're up there, you're free, and the way you express yourself and the movements, and it's kind of like a dance in a way.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Once you're done throwing up from nervousness.
Yeah, the performance aspect of that obviously rings true, what you said. But initially you said about the script. The script's got to be good.
Yeah.
You can go off of basically nothing. And you can improvise.
Some people can.
Right. I think everybody has the capability of doing such, but some people are, anxious. They don't like stage. They don't like putting themselves out there in such a vulnerable way because it's very opening.
Well, there's definitely vulnerability, no question. But I mean, again, even if you take out vulnerability, I'll give you a great example. The other day, it was like 2 nights ago, we went up to the bar and
what bar?
It was Rick's, right around the corner.
Where's that?
Just right around the corner here.
What, 200 feet?
Maybe.
300 feet?
It could, like 400 feet maybe.
Oh, yeah. Did you walk there?
No. No.
Uber?
We drove. It was okay. But anyways, we're having a good time, and karaoke's playing. And everyone's singing karaoke, and they're having a great time. And I just thought to myself, God, I miss going up there. And I just want to go up there. And so I kind of like told my fiance, like, hey, if you play a song, I'll go sing it.
Right.
And the whole idea was, I'm not going to sing this song. I'm just going to go do stand-up. I'm just going to do my material, whatever, and like I'm going to face that fear. Dude, I fucking got out there. I tried singing in the beginning, and I'm terrible. It's awful. But then when I'm starting to like make these little jokes in my head, and I'm starting to say them, and I'm just seeing people look at me shaking their head like, no. even
that's pretty awesome.
Even my fiance was like, no.
That takes balls.
Yeah, and yes, I was intoxicated, and there was that fear, but at the same time, there was kind of like this pressure was off afterwards. Like, I mean, karaoke is designed.
Dutch courage.
Yeah, well, karaoke is designed for you to fail in the first place. That's the reason why it's a thing. So, doing it in just a different manner, where you're just bombing really bad from bad material. I mean, what's the difference? And what I realized, it's the expectation. People are expecting, you're not playing by the rules. Hey, you're supposed to be singing. You're not supposed to be doing that stupid shit.
And then you just decide to go into that place of karaoke.
Yeah.
And change the kind of venue it is for the night, for everybody. Think of the sparks of surprise that you let on to the audience. And that's one thing.
Well, I mean, and the weird part was the ones that were shaking their heads were the ones that wanted to do it afterwards. I was like, well, you should go. Yeah, I mean, and that was the other thing I was thinking too, was just set the example. Yeah. Set the bar so low to where somebody else could go do that and actually have fun.
Yeah.
And so
because it's easy to do.
Yeah,
You
well,
just go up and act like a fool.
and that's the thing. Like, so when I was a kid, I watched this movie called Life with Mikey, and it was just this real small scene that has always like stuck with me, and it was about how acting and how you act, and it was acting is acting like an idiot. And once you act like an idiot and people see you're an idiot, then there's nothing else you can do but just be the idiot.
You've watched Tropic Thunder, right?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite movies.
Robert Downey Jr.
Never go full retard.
You said it.
We watched that movie. It was me and a buddy, and we had 2 dates. And there were these girls that we didn't really know, but they were friends.
So you and your buddy went on 2 dates?
No.
That's what you said. You had a buddy and we had 2 dates.
Let me
go back to that.
Okay, all right. So my buddy was dating this girl, and that's funny. Laugh it up, motherfucker. He was dating this girl, and she had a friend who ended up being my date. Now, they were kind of young and immature as well, but we went to the movie Tropic Thunder.
Sure.
And him and I were just laughing hysterically. Like, we like had tears in our eyes. And these girls are looking at like, the fuck are they doing? Like, what? We don't get it.
What's so funny?
We don't get it. And I mean, I think that's kind of like the Tropic Thunder was more designed for
dudes,
the idiots, the bathroom humor.
There are dudettes. I mean,
well, sure.
They're the unicorns.
Yeah. I think my fiance might be considered that, but she's still really girly at the same time. It's a nice little balance.
That's good.
Yeah.
She found balance then.
Yeah. Well, tolerance, balance through tolerance. That was a huge one.
That's a huge point. Is tolerance.
Yeah, it's tough to have
In
relationships,
general, dude,
especially nowadays. And so, I mean, I'm not saying that what we have is the pinnacle or whatever, but we just try to go by the philosophy.
Paramount relationship.
No, yeah, it's not a superior.
Are you deities now? Are you gonna offspring the next fucking saviors? Like, come on, 6 of them.
But the idea,
one for every continent.
We try not to tell each other how to live lives. Like, it comes out every now and then, but we don't make that the premise. It's
right.
I'm not telling you how to live your life. You don't tell me how to live my life.
Don't change me. I won't change
exactly.
You know what I mean? There's a good song actually. It's I forget the artist, but we could look it up. But basically, it's like you be you, I'll be me.
Yeah. Who sang that?
It's on KXT. I listen to KXT pretty much every day.
What is KXT?
KKXT 91.7 FM.
What is that?
It's a non-profit radio station.
What's their format?
Their format is brand new, up-inspiring artists.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
They've got they do a lot of international acts. Like there's a lot of Irish artists coming over touring here now. Australian artists, stuff like that, and it's a good station. Definitely.
I just got
if you're not listening to it right now, hey, turn it on after this podcast. Yeah.
I just recently got a new car, and it came with a Sirius XM package, and all I listen to are the comedy stations,
right.
or talk radio, and it's pretty cool. Like, they have different genres.
XFM or XM?
I think it's XFM. I don't know. The one with Howard Stern. It's got like 300 different channels, and I haven't explored.
Sounds like a Californian product.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't explored the like the BBC or whatever they have. Like I'm glad
to say that you're not ready to come out of the closet just yet. Yeah. But you have not explored the BBC.
Okay. You're funny, mother.
You took a minute. You took a minute. You walked right into that shit.
It's weird. All right, so that karaoke night, that fucking karaoke night. We were real shithoused at that point.
Right.
So I was feeling really good, and there was this guy who was singing by himself, and no one was even paying attention. And so I felt like, oh man, I should really do something. Like I should try to help him out. And so I told him, hey, I think you did a really good job. And he took that to swoop in and become our friends, my fiance and I. And so we're having a nice little chat until he starts trying to convince my fiance that I'm gay.
Wow.
She's even got video of it. I don't know how.
Wow.
And I don't know how he didn't notice, but his whole prerogative was trying to convince me that I was gay.
That's an interesting
okay.
angle.
I mean 4
I've heard
years.
Of chat-up lines.
What's that?
I've heard of chat-up lines, but
I think deep down he was projecting. But the way, like, and I want to turn it into like that a bit. You ever seen Stephen King's Thinner?
No, I have not.
All right. So the concept is there's this guy who is, I guess he's like making fun of something, like whether it's like a fat person or it's the whole walk in somebody else's shoes concept.
Sure, yeah.
And so
people view you differently than you see yourself.
So I guess it was some fat guy or whatever, and he decided that he was going to talk about thin people or how thin people are shitty or whatever. And so there's this like sage that comes in.
Gotcha.
It's like this, you know what I'm talking about? The magic guy that starts putting curses. And so he puts a curse on this guy to become thinner and thinner and thinner. And so I thought, like, this guy's like going to put a Native American curse on me for gayer.
Isn't that like that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow? Remember?
Shallow Hal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack Black.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit different though, because
It's the same concept.
It is the same same thing like What Women Want.
Yeah.
Or What Men Want. Have you seen the new spinoff coming out?
No.
Yeah, they're doing
Have
that
you
one
seen
too.
50 Shades of Grey?
No.
Why?
Just
You uncomfortable?
not uncomfortable. It just doesn't really interest me.
You're not interested about sex?
No, I mean, like Pornhub. Pornhub's amazing, but I don't need to see
porn though.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between. Okay, to be fair, I'll still look up cinematic porn, like what happens in the movies and
80s,
stuff.
Like
Yeah, like I'm
softcore
real
or-
sick of seeing these production and the light. Like they're not even trying anymore. Like you can see the camera guy in the corner, you can see the lighting, and it totally breaks the fourth wall. And when the fourth wall's broken for me, it's like, man,
What's the fourth wall?
okay, so again, like when you have all the production, like so you have the cameras, you got the microphone boom, right? And be
This
like
thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So-
don't do that. Damn it, Austin.
So you know what I'm talking about? Like if you see shit and then all of a sudden you see that little fluffy microphone start coming in
Yeah,
the top
boom.
of the screen.
Yeah. Sound boom.
Right. So when you see shit like that, especially I have a production type of mind, it bothers April all the time when I do it. Like we're watching the scene, I'm like, see that? The continuity sucks there. Especially when people are smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
like that's the
I'm
hardest thing to do. You can't just sit there and just because you have to reshoot it and you have to make sure. So you can tell when people are smoking cigarettes, you can always tell like how it's burnt off and
it goes with attire too. May I say that I'm a bit of a continuity Nazi?
yeah, okay.
Can I say that?
I guess.
Is that okay?
I think so.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. If
Okay.
you're okay with that, then
I'm just saying, like, someone's gonna just recut this. He's just gonna say you're a Nazi. You gotta be careful what you fucking say now.
I do have blue eyes.
Okay.
I got those from my dad.
Yeah.
So
Well,
but yeah, continuity. So yeah, I can pick that shit out in the movie any day. I've been on sets, like behind the scenes doing work.
what's up, Cameron Johnson? All right, so I'm gonna give us a break real quick and
What we
do
got,
a little bit of some news here. Shut down on hold. It's back to negotiations. Have you heard about this? After
What?
35 days, the partial government shutdown is over for now.
So we're not producing lube no more?
Nope. President Donald Trump on Friday signed a temporary deal ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
So what does that mean?
Well,
For a non-U.S. citizen, immigrant, permanent resident, what does it mean when the government shuts down?
so from my perspective, at least from what I understand, all these federal jobs, as far as if you are, let's say, like a jailer, or you're tending to, let's see, federal jobs. I don't know, like
okay, you're paid by the federal.
yeah, post. I don't know if
government?
the post office is part of those. I don't, but I know jailing is one of them. A jailer, they're not getting paid.
So
you still have to come into work. You have to do this shitty job.
Yeah.
But you're not getting paid.
There's
You're not getting
got to be a
compensated.
noun for that, right? I think this year in 2019 we will have a noun for that in the Webster Merriam dictionary.
What noun is that going to be?
I have no idea. I'm not going to make it up.
I'm
not part of this. Hey, don't include me in this shit. They can do that to themselves.
I had a huge problem with it because it was a negotiation tactic.
Mhm.
and that negotiation tactic was to hold these federal workers hostage, essentially.
Pretty
you
much.
were well, okay.
Sounds like it.
Hostage is a bad word to use. It's a little extreme. I would say he was using them as leverage. And I think that's fucked up, dude. Like, you're supposed to be the leader of this country. You're supposed to say, you're making America great again. It's supposed to be this national concept. And you're fucking over these people because you didn't get your goddamn wall built. Or you didn't get the funding for the wall.
In no defense to any individual specific, but that individual you're talking about, referring to, I mean, surely it wasn't his, like, yes or no call. Right.
Well,
you got a whole committee of subcommittees of subcommittees of subcommittees, where it went up to the chain.
Do you know who Roger Stone is?
Nope.
Okay, Roger Stone on Sunday denied allegations against him 2 days after being arrested by the FBI on 7 felony charges.
For what?
Including witness tampering, obstruction, and lying. In a 24-page indictment revealed Friday against Stone, one of President Donald Trump's longtime advisors, prosecutors for special counsel Robert Mueller took their deepest plunge yet into the Trump campaign's intense interest in Kremlin efforts to undermine Hillary Clinton's presidential bid.
Okay, that's pretty deep.
A day after being indicted, Stone mocked Mueller on Instagram, calling on Instagram. These are the fucking rulers of our country using fucking Instagram.
Hey, real news,
shit.
Dude, right?
Stone mocked Mueller on Instagram,
outlets.
calling the charges a nothing burger. Stone found himself mocked that same day. Comedian Steve Martin betrayed him.
Burger?
Yeah.
Does that mean like just a plain burger?
Yeah.
Nothing on it?
Yeah.
No ketchup?
What
No
do you
onions?
do? Are you a
No
mustard
cheese?
mayo, ketchup guy?
Everything.
Everything? I heard ketchup is
I'll
supposed to
fuck
be
that
on the
shit
side.
up, dude.
It's supposed to be on the side. It's
If
supposed
I
to have
make-
ketchup on the side, and it's mustard and
If
mayo.
I make myself a burger at home, like, you know, I go store, ground meat, season it.
Yeah.
I don't marinate that.
You don't marinate it?
Not ground beef.
No.
I do chicken, lamb. Anyway, we're not
Okay.
going there.
All right.
But,
Yeah, that's too much
yeah,
information.
fully loaded burgers. Everything on them. Some fries in there too, you know. We call them chips back home, but
Where is back home?
y'all call chips crisps.
Where's your
and we
back
call your chips crisps.
Where is your-
Ireland?
Ireland. So you're from Ireland.
Yes.
Were you born and raised in Ireland?
Yes.
That's badass, dude. And I could tell, like, when we first met, you kind of had that accent. The accent was going a little bit, but then I was really drunk, and I was like, dude, I mean, we were talking last night, I'm like, he doesn't have an accent. What the fuck? What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, been here for so long, you know, and there's some aspect of conditioning that happened.
So
Just purely so people would understand me quicker.
So how long have you lived here?
7 years in July,
7 years. So how old were you when you came over?
like 28.
You were 28. So did you live in Ireland for 28 years?
Yes.
That's badass, dude. What was Ireland like?
It's beautiful.
Yeah? Is it the same, like...
People are great. The oysters,
Is it-
oysters are good.
Is it the same thing? Like, so when you came here, did you notice the same thing that you would find in Ireland? Like, as far as like our politics or how we treat one another, or just like crime in general? Like, I'm really curious of like how the Ireland lifestyle is.
Well, yeah, there's a few different subjects as you just brought up, but I would say that the biggest differences moving over here is like everything's on a grander scale, like a bigger scale.
Okay.
Let me exalt that grander scale term.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think everything is grander over here. There's just more.
Is it just an illusion of grandeur?
There's more of grandeur, perhaps.
One of the things that I heard was that with a capitalistic society, is Ireland capitalism?
Well, okay. So we're not going to, this isn't a history lesson.
Okay. All right. I was just curious.
Yeah, we became a republic
Uh-huh.
from Britain. Or, anyway, we're not going there right now. So we've kind of like developed our own smaller, you know, diplomatic society.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we have trade, import, export, great tax benefits for, you know, foreign countries coming in wanting to do business on our island. I think they've got the best in the world.
Do you miss it?
Oh, of course.
So you'd much rather live over there than over here?
No, I did.
No?
That does not.
Maybe
that's
that was
not
a
what that
might have been a
means.
loaded question.
No, that wasn't even the question. That was a assumption that you just stated.
Yeah,
That's like throwing words in my mouth.
I apologize.
So backtrack there,
All right,
buddy.
my bad, dude.
Watch out.
Shall I rephrase the question?
You can if you wish.
What did I say?
You asked me if I would rather live over there than here.
Yes.
That was your question?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Not right now.
No. Eventually.
Who knows? Like, ultimately, you know, I'd want to own a property there so I could visit.
So what originally brought you here? Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Relationship.
Ah, okay. All right. This is where we come up with a safe word.
We didn't need one.
Yeah,
we talked
okay.
about that.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, man. So you came here from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for your
right now, I'm
9 to 5 job?
I'm a engineering professional.
Engineering professional.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What do you engineer?
I engineer processes.
Processes?
And things, yes.
What kind of processes?
Oh, a lot from. Okay, so it's a broad spectrum from figuring things out to bringing things into fruition
Okay.
and successfully implementing those things.
Is it more of an infrastructure concept, like you in computers, or is it
No,
more
it would be strictly
architecture?
based on math, science, and kind of machining is my specialty.
So is the
these
practical
days.
application are machines?
Yes, there are machines.
Okay.
And, yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
there are machines. That's for sure.
How'd you get into that?
That's actually a funny story. Good question. So I was in a job and then I got fired, and then met this dude, and he was like, "Hey, I'm in CNC. What do you do? You know, engineering professional, got a bachelor's. Blah blah. Oh, you'd be a good fit for a job. Okay, cool." I talked to the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Got the job. Been there for 4 years.
So it's pretty much nepotism. It's yeah. I mean,
Do you
hey,
wanna
dude,
dive in there?
No, I just
Do you really want to dive in there?
No, we don't have to.
Well, why'd you bring it up?
I'll just make a broad statement that
Come on, buddy.
people tend to get jobs. It's all about who you know,
Mhm,
not
mhm,
what you
mhm.
know.
That's exactly what it's about.
It's
That's
the most
every
prevalent
aspect of
thing that I've
everything.
found in this society. It's always about who you know.
Yep. It's not what you know.
That's
dude.
right. There was Richard Branson, I think. He said this statement of whenever an opportunity comes, say yes and then figure it out later.
Mhm, mhm. Fake
So,
it till you make it.
That's right. That's right.
And on that, okay, yeah, we've got great sayings these days in our generation, but fake it till you make it. Some people take that, I'll just keep faking it.
Yeah.
And I'll make it.
I've seen that. It's kind of weird.
And
man.
that's the total
I feel like
flip on that,
people are
dude.
taking that out of context as far as
well, no, they're abusing it.
that's a good way to put it.
They're using it and saying, "Hey, I'm a fuck up because of this saying."
Well, I think that's kind of where you get to when people the snowflakes, the transgendered people, where it's like, and I'm not trying.
I wouldn't include generational mentalities into subculture identification.
But
I wouldn't include that
at
in the
some
same
point,
category at all.
I
think they're two different conversations.
Okay, all right, we can table that.
I'll
use another
Let's
example.
just stick with the snowflakes.
Sure. All right, we'll stick with the
Millennials.
snowflakes. Okay.
Let's
so
throw
it's
a
this
label out
concept.
there.
All right, fake it till you make it. Well, I'm just not that. or
That's fine.
I'm just not that, and so I'm just not going to do it. Well, what are you going to do then? Like, why do you
Exactly.
require special treatment
Go
for
flip
things that you
burgers
have?
at a fucking restaurant.
Right,
Dude.
exactly.
Go not work then.
So
See how far that gets you.
then you get
right?
the entitlement. The entitlement comes into where well, I deserve this. I deserve this because I'm this. Fake it till you make it. Like, well, I think people take that fake it till you make it context way out of proportion because I don't think it's a physical thing. It's a psychological
Yes.
thing. It's a mental capacity.
Exactly.
You fake it till you make it. You have to
Meaning you need
brainwash
to
yourself.
believe in yourself.
Exactly. Believe in yourself
To get
first.
to where you want to be.
Exactly. And I think
It's
that's the part that's
self-manifestation.
yes, that's where it's been taken completely out of context to where someone will say, "Well, I don't really know how to work on a car, but I'll work on a car. Like I'll figure it out." Or you got
Learn to trade.
the DIY videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if you can look something up, figure that out, follow the directions. Sure, nothing should stop you, but
Right.
it starts with yourself
The
saying,
want,
"I can
the
do this."
choice.
Right. Not
choice.
not this I need to speak to a manager because I'm
get
not getting
permission.
this entitlement.
Yeah. Well,
That shit
I'm not
bothers me.
happy with this, Austin, so I feel like I'm entitled to... Yeah, bullshit, dude. There's too many people like that.
Yeah.
Now where does that stem from? Where's the origin story there?
Well, I mean, I've seen it.
One word starts with the P. In my opinion, it's parents.
Parenting. Mm-hmm.
No, it's the parents.
The parents themselves.
It's not parenting. Parenting is a verb.
Okay.
It's the parents.
The actual parents.
The individuals.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, if you've got two very well kind of in-depth, individually centered individuals,
Mm-hmm.
is that redundant?
Probably.
Individually, anyway.
Okay, individually.
Then they've
individual.
got a better chance, maybe, I don't know, let me just throw it out here,
Uh-huh.
throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, dude,
Okay.
to anybody. who's
Hey, there's that
listening.
fake it till you make it thing again.
A little bit.
Just throw it out. Just throw it till it sticks.
However, it's strategically placed. I don't do this on a day-to-day. I don't willy-nilly go out and do this shit, but if I'm verbalizing something this deep, yeah,
Mhm.
I'll throw some shit out there and see what sticks, dude.
Okay.
So I get some kind of feedback so we can evolve, right?
What kind of feedback do you get?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let me throw this thing out and see what
Okay.
sticks.
That's a good segue here. Let me grab my notes. All right. Let's throw some shit out there and see how it sticks. You ready? This is titled 200 Questions to Get to Know Someone. All right. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with extra time?
Sleep. I
All
like
right.
sleeping.
That was a little on the nose. All right. What hobby would you get into if time and money weren't an issue?
Oh, fuck. That's a good one.
Okay.
Next.
Answer the fucking question.
Revisit it later.
Oh my god. When was the last time you climbed a tree?
The last time I wanted to climb a tree was like 2 weeks ago. I was going for a walk with my girl, and whatever. We were just walking out. We were kind of going through a little kind of roller coastery up or down, ebb or flow, right? And I was like, I looked at this tree and I said, that looks climbable. And I said to her, I turned around and said to her, hey, babe, you want to go climb that tree?
Just that tree looks climbable.
Yeah, I thought it would be a sweet way of interacting, but she said she just laughed it off and we kept walking.
All right, moving on. What is the most annoying habit that other people have?
Yeah, there's too many.
There's too many? Just whatever comes to the top of your head.
Mm-mm.
No?
There's too many words.
Okay. You don't want to get in trouble. All right. Let's see. If you had unlimited funds to build a house that you would live in for the rest of your life, what would the finished house look like?
A cave.
A cave. Interesting.
Yeah, you keep it real, dude. Back to basics.
What's your favorite drink?
Water.
Water? I wouldn't have pegged that. Irish.
What the fuck, dude?
Fucking Irish, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm an alcoholic, right? Is that where you're going with
There's
there?
a little stereotypical.
Come on.
Let's see.
I know stereotypes about your people, too.
That's fair. Our people suck. What?
How good do they suck?
Pretty well. What game or movie universe would you most like to live in?
Marvel.
Marvel. So you're a big comic guy?
Well, I mean, Chris Hemsworth portrayed a good Thor, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
So,
all right. Are you usually early or late?
never. I'll be late for my own funeral.
So you're more late?
That's subjective.
Okay. Okay, what would be your first question after waking up from being cryogenically frozen for 100 years?
Where's breakfast?
Where's breakfast? Mine would be, I'd just look down and make sure it's still attached.
I don't know, dude. I'd be hungry after that time.
All right. What are some small things that make your day better?
Oh. Smiles.
Smiles.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Random smiles from strangers or just interactions with people at work.
Yeah.
You know, those small deals that most people just don't even realize.
Do you people watch?
Of course. Who
See,
doesn't?
I don't think
I think everybody else. Okay, there's two kinds of people in this world, Austin.
Sure.
People who people watch and people who deny that they people watch.
That's fair. But
just like masturbation.
Okay, so I mean, I do both. And the people watching I found is kind of strange. You have to master it because you just can't stare at something
you can't,
nowadays. Like it's
yeah,
people get all
Google
wigged
somebody.
out. Yeah, like so for the gym, for example, that's why they have all those damn mirrors.
Well, if you're not working out and you're going to
you're
the
not
gym just
fooling
to
me,
people
Jim.
watch, then you kind of, that's like borderline.
Isn't that kind of
stalker-ish.
the fun though? Going to the gym, like comparing,
Just to
contrasting
people
bodies,
watch?
and yeah, I
do
mean,
you, do you go to the gym just to people watch?
I used to not to
So
people
you-
watch, but just to kind of see other
So you
body
never.
types.
So is this fair in saying is Austin? You have never went to the gym to work out?
Oh no, that's not a fair statement. I've definitely done that.
You see what I just did there?
I did.
Caught you.
Yeah, okay, well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, if I can't sleep and I know people aren't going to be there, I actually feel a little depressed because I would like to see people. I like people in general.
I
But I would
totally
still
understand
go
that.
there
Yes,
because I have
felt
a
that,
task
too.
to do. I have to work on my body. I have to work on this.
Sure.
And like I always tell April, I have to work on this wonderful body you love so much. It's getting there. I just have
That's
like
nice,
fucking 10 more years
Well,
of
good
working
for
out.
her.
Okay. Let's see. Who has impressed you? Ooh, that's a good one. Who has impressed you most with what they've accomplished?
My girl.
What has she done? What has she accomplished?
She got herself out of a really bad situation.
That's good. That's awesome. Is she? So I'm assuming she's from here, from the United States, right? Oh, she's. Oh, interessante. All right. Let's see. What is something that is considered a luxury, but you don't think you could live without? We're getting bougie.
That is kind of bougie.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually quite apt also. Something I could not live without. That's what? Overprivileged? A privilege I can't live without? Or
luxury.
A luxury.
What is...
What's the difference between a privilege and a luxury?
Ray Heppenstall said pussy.
Okay. So for me, a luxury is being able to love.
Ooh.
Or be loved. So that's one thing I would not live without.
Kind of a deep guy.
Is to be loved.
Let's see. We talked about people watching. There's how often do you people watch? What have you only recently formed an opinion about?
Hunting.
Hunting.
Tonight, yeah.
From all the research.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
That was a bummer, man. I was really looking forward to
That's
that
cool.
too.
It's
We could still do it.
I got some poetry.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear that poetry.
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
Keep with your questions.
Okay. Let's see.
I want to make people laugh, not depressed.
What's the farthest? You've already kind of said that. What is the most heartwarming thing you've ever seen?
So much. I mean, people helping people at times in distress.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anything specific?
When some so the last video I saw, I guess it was in Eastern Europe or wherever, maybe Croatia, Czech Republic or something like that. And it was at a traffic light stop. It was a pelican crossing, or zebra crossing, wherever you are in the world.
Right.
And it was an old lady. She had her shopping bags, and a biker pulled up. There was a string of bikes, so one or two passed, and then the third biker, I guess, maybe I'm wrong on the third biker. Anyway, biker stopped and got off his bike, dismounted, walked over to the lady, said, "Hey, how's it going?" Helmet on and all, and walked her across the street.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it was a really, awe-inspiring moment. That kind of opens up your heart and saying, yeah, there is still love in this world.
Yeah.
There is still appreciation.
Make me fucking cry, dude.
Oh, whatever.
All right. What is the most annoying question that people ask you?
Fuck you. That one right there. That pisses me off, dude.
It's in the form already. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation?
Pool. Pool. Yes. Or billiards.
Like playing pool, billiards.
Billiards and snooker.
I've heard of snooker. My old boss, he's kind of a really interesting, eclectic guy. And he doesn't do a lot of mainstream things. One time I came in the office and I saw him. He was watching snooker videos. I was like, why are you watching this? He goes, I'm trying to figure out how this fucking game works. I've got the white ball. I understand the white ball part, but I don't understand
your
this
object ball.
Right. I don't understand the other colors and how like one goes in the hole. It's like, how is that worth 5 points? I could
explain it in less than 5 minutes. Have we got 5 minutes?
Maybe after.
Real quick?
Maybe.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Give us an explanation.
It's your show.
It's not my show. It is the show. Let's see. Would you rather go hand gliding or whitewater rafting?
Both at the same time?
It's an either or.
Oh, fuck.
You can't.
Hang gliding, dude.
Hang gliding?
Who doesn't want to fly? Anybody can fucking float down a river.
Let's see here. What is something that a ton of people are obsessed with, but you just don't get the point of?
Kardashians.
Oh, I'm with you on that, dude. Or the young one that's going to be a billionaire now.
Oh, because she did
God.
GoFundMe.
Oh my god!
You believe that shit?
Is
that shit even real?
I don't know,
like
man.
Facebook fucking.
I don't know, dude.
Fake news.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's really hard nowadays when it comes to news. What I try to do is corroborate everything. You know, I definitely don't go off of Facebook because that could come from any different source.
Don't go off Yahoo Mail either.
That's the one thing that bought. Like, you'll see all of these people that are like, they swear it's testimony and gospel.
Yeah,
but it came from
like
Facebook.
It's written in stone. You know what I mean? Just because
a bunch
somebody
of fucking
said
trolls
something.
out there. Yeah.
Trolling, huh? Question for you, Austin.
What's up?
Have you ever trolled?
All the time. I love trolling.
Austin,
yes.
Is this show about trolling ideas?
I mean, of course. And you know what? You make a good point as far as there are good trolls and there are bad trolls. There are trolls that just want to see the world burn because they don't love themselves
out
enough.
of spite.
And we
talked about
it's
that
spiteful,
earlier.
It's vengeful, it's vindictive. Yeah. And I just don't think that's a real fulfilling, rewarding way to live life.
Right.
I think it's too short.
It's not productive. It's not contributable.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with stirring the pot. I think controversy creates conversation, and I think that stirring the pot and kind of trolling for ideas it's not a bad thing.
Not at all. In a
it's like mining.
Positively, incorporated way.
Yeah.
It's productive.
Yeah.
It's you can contribute that way. But there are people out there who just want to lift the pot up, turn it upside down, and make shit of it.
No, that's a good point. I don't like just dumping the whole thing over. Again, because that goes back to the whole...
And then pushing it on to somebody else to recreate that meal.
Right. That goes back
refill
to trying to tell other people how to live their lives.
That's
and I think
up,
people get into some serious problems when they do shit like that. This is a really good one. I just fucking lost it. God damn it. Okay. If all jobs had the same pay in hours, what job would you like to have?
A rocket man.
Rocket man? As in an astronaut or building rockets or...
Rocket man.
Rocket man. Jesus.
David Bowie.
You'd be a singer.
No. I'm referencing a song.
Okay.
There's a rocket man up there.
Okay.
And he's waiting to meet us.
Okay. Well, that did not answer that question.
It's not supposed to.
Okay. Now who's trolling? Let's see if you... no, we already did that one. What are you looking forward to in the coming months?
Honestly, to adjust and adapt accordingly, right? In general.
Sure.
To my own self. But, there's a big thing. It would be my U.S. citizenship that's coming up. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to renew that?
Renew that? No. I'd have to get that.
Oh, yeah. So you're not a U.S. citizen?
No. I'm a permanent resident. I told you that earlier in the show. When you rewatch all this, you'll catch that.
That's pretty cool, man. All right, let's see here. What is special about the place you grew up?
Memories. Growing up, friends, family, dude. Houses, streets, shops, people, dude. That's what's special about where I grew up.
what question would you most like to know the answer to? Ooh.
What's it?
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, like in general, or to an individual that I meet at a bar one night.
Wherever you want to take it.
What's it gonna take?
I'm sure your girl appreciates that. What do you want your epitaph to be?
I don't want one.
You don't want an epitaph?
No.
Nothing written about you? Nothing said about you?
I'll be remembered in memories
You know what? I'm kind of the
of
same
other
way.
people. It means nothing to me.
Yeah,
My body will return to the earth.
That's all these videos that I put out, just being the ability to record yourself. I feel like that's the best epitaph. Like that.
Well, yeah.
And again, I know it sounds weird, but like if anything, God forbid, ever happened to me, at least I've recorded so much fucking footage, where I can just be like, hey, Stu. Or
That's it.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Here's the
just show this
password.
to people.
There
you go.
if you
Have
miss
at
me,
it.
here I am. You get to see it
So,
all over
okay,
again.
how much time have we got?
Whatever, man. We can stop this
All
one.
right, cool. So that draws up a really good point, and something that I'm hugely interested in is the human condition.
Mhm.
And as far as regarding the human condition, there's certain idiosyncrasies that we apply in life
Yeah.
through not only just individually, but in a group, in a community, in a nation, in a country, in a planet.
Yeah.
Okay? We collect all of this information. We're like hoarders of information.
Informational hoarders.
Right? Now, if you look back into history of what we know it to be, right?
Mhm.
As far back as we can go. People it starts, with let's get primitive. We're in a cave. We barely ate. We're sitting in front of the fire,
Yeah.
trying to survive. Okay, and we hear a loud, angry, fearing fucking sound,
Like fear-inducing sound.
Yeah. It's a fear-mongering sound, rather.
Yeah.
But we're like, oh, shit, what's that? Somebody goes, don't do anything. Don't move. Motioning to do something so like, oh, just fucking shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then everybody's like, okay, I'll shut the fuck up. And the next morning, we don't know what the fuck it was, right?
Yeah.
But we knew that, or that person at least, was trying to teach us something that, hey, my best friend or my dumb motherfucker friend went back out there to investigate, got his head ripped off.
And he didn't come
Right?
back.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we went out and there's blood and guts and shit and whatever,
Mhm.
right? So there's that imparting of knowledge. And that starts at that most, well, I don't want to say it's the most primitive, like, stage,
Mhm.
but, through what I've been taught, like, through classes and history, that's as far back as we know.
Well, I mean, it's survival. It's at a point to
But
where
as far as the time, yes, it is instinctual transcendence of information. We all have this instinct on certain things that have been transcended through time, through generation, through evolution.
right.
That's one of the big things, but not going that deep right now.
Mm.
But back to just finding information out. Back to the hoarding of information. That's what the point I wanted to bring up was. We went through a point where we carve on stone
Right.
important things that we think, the survival of this fucking civilization depends on.
Right.
Okay, we'll put that in stone. That's where that saying comes from.
Right.
Did you put it in stone? Oh, let me pencil it in.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Because you can rub it out? Because it's made of... But hey, but that pencil is made from carbon, which...
Mm-hmm.
Be the nerd, be the engineering nerd, material scientist.
Well,
and
going to
backtrack.
your point, when you said information, like
Sure.
how we're information hoarders, I definitely agree with you. And what I've seen is the pattern.
Mhm.
When you can start noticing patterns of information, that's where shit gets interesting. Because then it's like you see this weird design. and it's a weird, funky. It doesn't really have a structure to it, but there's a design to it, and that to me is just I get floored every fucking time.
Through that, have you ever seen like symmetry
from
that?
Oh yeah.
Hey, snowflakes.
I thought you were talking about millennials. Sorry.
Not right now.
Okay, you're talking about the actual snowflake.
Yeah. They're every single one's individual.
It's unique. Yeah.
It's insane, dude. It's the most phenomenological thing that we can't even explain.
The rule of threes too. Like
there is that.
When if you just look at our bodies and you look at like how we have joints and where it's interesting to see the design of the number in threes.
Sure.
That
okay, so trifecta.
Yeah.
Pyramid.
Yeah.
Right.
Mind, body, soul. Even religions use it. The God, it was it the body, the soul, and I don't remember.
Father,
the Holy
Son,
Spirit.
The
Yeah,
Holy
there
Spirit.
it is. Yeah, sorry. I got to brush up on
Trinity.
mine. There it is. Yeah.
I know you're not Christian, right?
Yeah.
That's okay too. Have you ever heard that song? What's her name? Casey Musgraves.
I've heard.
Follow Your Arrow.
Oh yeah. I love that song.
It's awesome.
It's a
dude.
badass video too.
Yeah, she's badass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask you some more questions here so I can get through this packet.
Shoot.
Let's see.
Is this a shoot interview?
Yeah. What is the strangest thing you have come across?
You're not going to give me any relevance to anything?
That's just all it says.
Just in general?
Yeah. What is the strangest thing you have come across?
Life.
Just life in general?
Yeah.
What dumb accomplishment are you most proud of?
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so
how can an accomplishment be dumb? Define that.
It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Dude, this is why you should not just do a random fucking.
It's like
half-ass,
it's like
lazy ass
child.
Google search on best
like
200
I said,
questions. To
it's
ask
called
somebody.
Conversation Starters World. 200
really?
questions to get to know
that
someone.
website's going to get a bad fucking review today. Okay, those questions are stupid. Dude.
Okay. I look at it like, the child that like made the macaroni plate picture and like,
sure.
Mommy, Daddy, look at that. And like, oh yeah, that's gonna go right on the fridge, right there, and it never does.
Of course,
that would be
it should have.
That would be the dumb accomplishment.
God, they're shitty parents.
Goes back.
Why
to
the
parenting.
fuck are they not encouraging their child to fucking be an artistic soul, dude? Make that art. It doesn't matter if it's out of macaroni and a paper plate, dude.
When I was a kid, I wrote a haiku about sharks.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Nah, I don't, man. But it ended up. It was like, so they picked these. It was called Rising Stars, and they picked 2 out of all the class. I think it was like in 3rd grade or something. And I remember, even like to this day, I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, remember that poem?" He's like, "Yeah, it was a stupid poem." I was like. That's kind of where I would say the dumb accomplishment would come into play. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
I do that every day then.
It's perspective.
I make dumb accomplishments every day.
Sure, there we go.
Don't we all?
It's just
There's
swimming.
always going to be somebody who's be like,
just swimming in a napkin somewhere.
Dude, duh.
Oh, here's a good one. What are you addicted to?
Love.
Such a softie. That's good, though, man. That's a good thing to be addicted to. As you get older, what are you becoming more and more afraid of? Ooh.
Nothing.
That's good. That's good.
Nothing at all.
Just fearless, huh?
No. not a rebel without a cause, fearless. But the more you understand about everybody and life in itself, dude, you know, it's all there. We just need to find it.
What book impacted you the most?
Veronica Decides to Die. It was a novel that my sister read first. This was way back 90s, mid-90s, I think. And it's about a girl who decides to commit suicide.
Okay.
She takes a bunch of sleeping pills or whatever, mixed concoction with alcohol and anything. She wakes up and she's got, terminal illnesses because her organs decide to pack in. but her body as a whole survived the suicide attempt.
Oh,
So she's got to live now with
that decision.
and those consequences.
Jesus, man.
And the writer, I think it's actually based on a true story. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it, and correct me, please, but I think the writer met this person and then decided to write the book about that person.
See, that's cool, man. I love shit like that. That's really interesting. I'm like...
That was one of the most influential books I've ever read. That and Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men?
Great book.
That is a good book.
Great story.
Let's see. If life is a game, like some people say, what are some of the rules? Damn, that's a good question.
Gravity.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Gravity's
that's
one of them.
Great fucking
That's
answer.
for sure, dude.
That's awesome. Electromagnetism.
Thermodynamics.
Fucking nerd out. What would be some of the most annoying things about having yourself as a roommate?
I can't think of anything.
Nah, bullshit.
I'm a little bit of a self-centered fucking narcissist there, I guess. That question just brought that thought out of me. That doesn't usually happen.
Oh, this is good. What chapters would you separate?
Oh, I don't do. I am shitty at doing like dishes and shit. I just
can't do dishes.
Dude, I couldn't live with that.
But
I do because I don't do them.
I try to do the dishes.
I need to be better about that.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good answer. Let's see.
It's real.
Yeah. What? Damn it. If you had a clock that would count down to any one event of your choosing, what event would you want it to count down to?
The end of time.
Really? Just be done with it?
No, I'll just fuck up your question.
What chapters would you separate your autobiography into? That's a good
I don't
one.
know because I'm not done yet.
That's a good one.
I'm
No.
not done
I
writing
think
that
what it
book.
means by that is like, so what have you done so far? How would you lump that in, right? Like the book of
up to today.
the book of David's life.
Yeah, like
which-
up to today.
Yeah. Just like say that there's like 7 chapters.
1 to 10, 10 to 5, or 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25, 30,
Oh, so you're
30,
doing it by
35.
age. So you do it by age.
5 years.
That's like
The first 10 years.
that sounds like the engineering side of your
Yeah,
mind.
that's
where
I'll decompartmentalize that.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll break that down.
I would have
I'll
done.
formulate it that way.
I've done definitely more egotistical answer. What's the hardest lesson you've learned?
Oh, that there are hard lessons to learn,
You fucking asshole.
and I learned them consistently. I'm good at it though.
Same thing. These guys really like books. If your life was a book, what would its title be?
The title.
Silence. Okay.
Yeah, just no, the title. Whatever.
If you could have any video of any one event in your life, what event would it be?
I don't know, dude. That kind of shit takes time to actually produce a proper answer.
Sure.
Like heartfelt. You know, I'm not gonna just willy-nilly say bullshit.
All right. They get kind of personal here. I'm not going to... I'll just run through them and you answer the one you want to answer because this is the last page. How do you hope you'll change as a person in the future? What keeps you up at night? What's the most surprising self-realization you've had? What's the most illegal thing you've done? What lie do you tell most often? What do you regret not doing? What gives your life meaning? What do you most often look down on people for? What do you think other people look down on you for? What bridges do you not regret burning? What are you most insecure about? How do you get in the way of your own success? What's one thing you did that you really wish you could go back and undo? And what are you afraid people see when they look at you?
This interview.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I agree with you. I mean, it feels just not as authentic, but I just kind of wanted to just crack those out just to kind of see.
That's totally cool. I mean, I think we touched on more poignant points.
Well, I mean, if anything, if someone's trying to make a new friend, or if they're trying to, reach out and talk to somebody, why not ask them some
But
questions
you're not going to
like that?
ask them, hey, what are you most anxious about, man? Huh? Get up in their face and be like, hey, man. Poking them with a stick.
You're at a bar. Hey, man.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
If, you had a book for your life, what would the title be?
What chapter are you on now, huh? Some of that shit's so fucking fantastical, dude.
Yeah.
It's just,
I guess you just have to be more subtle.
Exactly.
Just come up with your own way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool. Well, that's all I got, man.
So
We just hit an
eyebrow
hour.
pondering.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was a post in April 2017. I was eye pondering the primordial condition. It involves multiplying or growing in numbers, but by natural, unintentional instinct.
Natural, unintentional. That's interesting. I
So
like
we're
that.
unaware of it, right?
I
But
love
it's
that.
naturally instinctual.
Oh,
to us,
absolutely.
and we're totally unaware of it.
I just bought
right?
this new car, and it took me a month to even see the antenna. And it blew my fucking mind. I might have seen that thing at least 5 times before, studying it, looking at it, and I never once saw the damn antenna until just one day, just out of the blue. And that's when I realized, dude, we do not.
Was it a good-looking antenna?
It was a thick one, yeah. But
So you liked it?
I did, and here's the weirder part too: is once I saw that antenna, I thought, wow, it's a weird looking vehicle, and then a month later, I noticed that the front grille is gray. I thought it was all black. Now, before I was like, I'm not too keen on that
Yeah, I
design.
see what you're
But now,
going
once
with
I
this.
see that gray thing, I'm like, man, that's badass.
To some
That's
people,
so cool.
To some people, if they're listening, they're like, he's just talking about his fucking car, dude.
It's a metaphor.
But what I'm getting at here, and I understand that, is like, oh, shit, things you didn't even fucking notice.
Yeah.
And then you notice them, and you're like, mind blowing.
What's up, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's. Please continue. That's fucking awesome, dude.
So no, that was it.
Oh, that.
Thanks, though.
My bad,
I know
dude.
it was awesome. That's why I read it.
I've seen things about how I guess people only see what they want to see, but I think that's a good thing. Probably it goes back to we talked about identity and how people create their identity in the first place. I think read that passage again. It was 2 words that triggered that. It was unintentional something.
Oh yeah. Natural unintentional instinct.
Natural unintentional instinct.
3 eyes.
That's fucking cool.
It's pretty easy to remember too.
Yeah. Man, that shit blew my mind, dude. The other day, so I don't remember who the philosopher was, but it talked about phenomenology. I think it's Husserl, Husserl. Husserl, is that what it is? I can't pronounce it. But it talked about phenomenology, and it talked about how people observe things. Someone knocked on the door?
I think so.
Really? Let me go check.
I've been hearing knocking. Maybe, I don't know.
Just hearing shit?
No, I heard rapid tapping.
Oh. But, yeah, it was just, it really fucking, it made sense as far as phenomenology goes, because how people observe things and how people see, they don't really see what it is. They only see what they want to see. And it's by, educating and constantly absorbing that knowledge, like you said, information hoarding, if you will, recognizing patterns, that people start really getting to see other aspects. And I think that's really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Absolutely. I think it is a true testament to the human condition.
Yeah.
We want to dive that deep into it, but I think we already did broach on a lot.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to look at it through different civilizations through time and see how that one thing does actually transcend.
Yeah.
It's not that we're just passing on knowledge or
Right.
techniques or tools, ways of living and successfully actually, doing things, but also we're kind of developing our own instinct to match society at a time.
What do you mean, society at a time?
What's the, let me ask you a question. Look at a millennial would be, what's the first thing they do when they wake up?
A millennial?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check their
I mean,
media.
I technically am a millennial, and what I do
Well,
is,
you're off by a year or two, right?
I think I just barely made it.
Yeah.
But when I first wake up, it's a weird question because for me, I usually have like 7 to 8 dreams, and they're very vivid. It's almost like directing shit. And they're all from different time areas and time zones, and
Like, is this every night?
yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh yeah. And then I'll look into a mirror.
Do you write all this stuff down?
No.
You should.
Yeah. A lot of people
dude.
told me that.
Start logging this.
Yeah.
This is
And the strange part too is like I'll look in a mirror, and I know what I look like. I know what I'm supposed to look like, but I'll be looking in mirrors and dreams, and I don't see that reflection. I see a different person, and it's vivid, and like I can like draw that person out. It's fucking strange. And when I talk to other people, like, hey, do you dream like that? Like, no. I'm like, oh, okay.
not that
The
consistently.
fuck is wrong with me?
But when I do have good dreams, I have very good dreams.
Yeah. Like
Lucid, they're
lucid shit's awesome.
We can fly and shit.
The weird part about the
Move shit with
lucid
my
dream,
head, dude. Freak
is
people out.
once you're aware, that's the weird part. Is when you're aware that you're lucidly dreaming, it's almost like the counters that TikTok has started, and the countdown. And I realize like I'm dreaming. Fuck, I only have 20 seconds to do what I want to do now.
So, when we're in our subconscious, right, quote unquote subconscious, because I don't even believe that terminology in itself. Anyway, I think it's the same conscious. We're just in a different area,
Yeah.
or end of the spectrum, rather, if you will. So, yes, when we discover ourselves in a lucid dream, we've incorporated habits that we learn in right now, like, what we're
Right.
talking about right now.
Yeah.
One of which is time.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you brought that up. Oh, TikTok.
Well, you want to hear something weird? The dreams are consistent. For example, like it's like I'm living a certain dream life. And one of them, I'm in prison.
And you're keeping up with
Yes.
each one every night?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
You're kidding me.
It's
That's
weird.
Incredible.
Yeah, dude. One of them is I'm in prison, and I fucking hate that place. But like I can draw it out for you if you want. Like I know where the walkways are. I know exactly where I'll be. And shit, man, it's weird.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Well, another one, I was a hamster in like this weird futuristic world. And I was
Did you have like cyber armor helmets?
no,
and
it was in a ball.
elbow pads
No, I'd be
and
traveling in
shoulders?
a ball. Like we all like get around in like tunnels, and like the tunnels are like the connected ways of how we like move. And so like I would figure out how to not be in that big shelter that
Right,
we were,
right.
the housing complex.
Right.
And I started finding pipes, and I tried to get out. And then they're like all these other like fuckers like running after me. I'm just like trying to like it's great.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, man. And then I mean, sometimes it's sleep paralysis. Sometimes it's Sometimes I also get these home invasion dreams that are really fucking freaky. I think a lot of it has to do with I want to protect my fiance and myself.
Of course.
But usually those happen in the morning, and that's so vivid where I feel like it's real. And
Do you ever have a dream where you think somebody's farting in your mouth?
no. You get those often?
What time is it?
We've been doing this for an hour and 8 minutes. You just want to end it there? I'll just end it there.
Oh, dude.
All right. That was tonight's edition. We don't know what the next show will be, but whoever wants to be a guest, come reach out to me or David Brady, right? And also our studio phone number. Feel free to call in next time, 469-200-8812, or call in via Skype or whatever. Look forward to your interaction.
Thanks for having me, Austin.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming in.
My friends, I stand before you to tell the truth most dire. There lurks a traitor in our midst who hath invoked the captain's ire. Don't deserve no mercy, we ought to shoot him with a gun. But I am not an evil man, so first let's have a little fun. We'll tie that scoundrel to a rope and throw him overboard. Drag him underneath the ship.